Question 1. What is the purpose of the Magna Carta signed in 1215? A. To declare independence from France. B. To outline the rights of the Church. C. To limit the powers of the king and guarantee certain freedoms. D. To establish the Parliament of England. Answer. C. To limit the powers of the king and guarantee certain freedoms. The Magna Carta was significant for its role in limiting the powers of the king and laying down legal principles that guaranteed certain basic freedoms. Question 2. When was the Battle of Hastings and why was it significant? A. 1066, because it led to Norman conquest of England. B. 1215, because it ended the English Civil War. C. 1420, because it started the War of the Roses. D. 1346, because it was the largest battle fought on English soil. Answer. A. 1066, because it led to Norman conquest of England. The Battle of Hastings in 1066 was significant as it marked the beginning of Norman rule in England. Question 3. Who was the first female Prime Minister of the United Kingdom? A. Elizabeth I. B. Margaret Thatcher. C. Theresa May. D. Mary Robinson. Answer. B. Margaret Thatcher. Margaret Thatcher was the first female Prime Minister of the UK, serving from 1979 to 1990. Question 4. What are the main responsibilities of the Prime Minister in the UK? A. To serve as the head of state. B. To lead the government and oversee the administration of all governmental policies. C. To serve as the Speaker of the House of Commons. D. To represent the UK in the House of Lords. Answer. B. To lead the government and oversee the administration of all governmental policies. The Prime Minister of the UK is responsible for leading the government and overseeing the implementation of its policies and the administration of public services. Question 5. What event is commemorated by Guy Fawkes Night? A. The end of the English Civil War. B. The restoration of the monarchy. C. The Gunpowder Plot of 1605. D. The signing of the Magna Carta. Answer. C. The Gunpowder Plot of 1605. Guy Fawkes Night is commemorated on November 5th each year to mark the anniversary of the Gunpowder Plot, where Guy Fawkes and other conspirators attempted to blow up the Houses of Parliament. Question 6. Name the document that formally grants powers from Parliament to the government. A. The Royal Charter. B. The Bill of Rights. C. The Act of Settlement. D. The Statute of Westminster. Answer. D. The Statute of Westminster. The Statute of Westminster is an important document that formalizes the powers granted from Parliament to the government. Question 7. What was the primary purpose of the Human Rights Act 1998? A. To establish the UK Supreme Court. B. To codify protections under the European Convention on Human Rights into UK law. C. To declare independence from European Union laws. D. To regulate immigration. Answer. B. To codify protections under the European Convention on Human Rights into UK law. The Human Rights Act 1998 was enacted to incorporate the rights contained in the European Convention on Human Rights into UK law, ensuring that these rights could be protected by UK courts. Question 8. Who is known as the father of the English Navy? A. Henry VIII. B. Elizabeth I. C. Winston Churchill. D. Alfred the Great. Answer. A. Henry VIII. King Henry VIII is often referred to as the father of the English Navy due to his significant investments in expanding and developing the Navy. Question 9. What is the role of the Secretary of State for Defense? A. To manage the country's finances. B. To oversee domestic policies. C. To be responsible for the country's defense and the armed forces. D. To handle foreign diplomatic relationships. Answer. C. To be responsible for the country's defense and the armed forces. The Secretary of State for Defense is a senior government minister in charge of the Ministry of Defense, responsible for the administration of the armed forces. Question 10. What is the significance of the Bill of Rights 1689? A. It established the principles of frequent parliaments, free elections, and freedom of speech within Parliament. B. It declared the independence of the judiciary from the Crown. C. It formed the basis of the American Constitution. D. It abolished the rights of the monarchy. Answer. A. It established the principles of frequent parliaments, free elections, and freedom of speech within Parliament. The Bill of Rights 1689 laid down limits on the powers of the Crown and set out the rights of Parliament, including the requirement for regular parliaments, free elections, and freedom of speech in Parliament. Question 11. Who was the British monarch during the Victorian era? A. Queen Elizabeth I. B. Queen Victoria. C. King Edward VII. D. Queen Mary II. Answer. B. Queen Victoria. Queen Victoria, after whom the Victorian era is named, reigned from 1837 to 1901 and is known for the period of industrial, cultural, political, scientific, and military change within the United Kingdom. Question 12. What historical event is marked by the Great Fire of London in 1666? A. The destruction of the majority of the medieval city of London. B. The signing of the Treaty of London. C. The end of the English Civil War. D. The coronation of Charles II. Answer. A. The destruction of the majority of the medieval city of London. The Great Fire of London in 1666 was a major event that led to the destruction of much of the medieval city, prompting the subsequent rebuilding of London. Question 13. What treaty ended the First World War for the UK? A. The Treaty of Versailles. B. The Treaty of Paris. C. The Treaty of London. D. The Treaty of Brussels. Answer. A. The Treaty of Versailles. The Treaty of Versailles in 1919 formally ended World War I for the UK and its allies, imposing punitive conditions on Germany. Question 14. Which king signed the Royal Charter of the British East India Company? A. King James I. B. King Charles II. C. King Edward III. D. King Henry VII. Answer. A. King James I. King James I signed the Royal Charter in 1600, granting the British East India Company the rights to trade in the East Indies. Question 15. When did the UK decriminalise homosexuality? A. 1967. B. 1952. C. 1973. D. 1982. Answer. A. 1967. Homosexuality was decriminalised in the UK in 1967 with the passage of the Sexual Offences Act. Question 16. Name the series of agreements that devolved powers to Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland. A. The Belfast Agreement. B. The Good Friday Agreement. C. The Devolution Acts. D. The Union Acts. Answer. C. The Devolution Acts. The Devolution Acts are a series of legislative measures that devolved powers to Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland, allowing them to have their own parliaments or assemblies. Question 17. Who was responsible for establishing the Church of England? A. King Henry VIII. B. Queen Elizabeth I. C. King James I. D. King Edward VI. Answer: A. King Henry VIII. King Henry VIII was responsible for establishing the Church of England in 1534 after his split with the Roman Catholic Church. Question 18. What does the term Commonwealth refer to? A. A political union of sovereign states. B. The economic union of England, Scotland and Wales. C. A voluntary association of independent and equal sovereign states. D. The collective name for the British overseas territories. Answer: C. A voluntary association of independent and equal sovereign states. The Commonwealth refers to a political association of 54 member states, most of them former territories of the British Empire, which are equal and voluntary members. Question 19. When was the National Health Service, NHS, established? A. 1948. B. 1952. C. 1960. D. 1975. Answer: A. 1948. The National Health Service, NHS, was established in 1948 to provide healthcare services funded by taxation, available to all UK residents. Question 20. What are the recognised political regions of the UK? A. England, Scotland, Wales and Northern Ireland. B. England, Scotland, Wales and the Republic of Ireland. C. England, Cornwall, Wales and Northern Ireland. D. The British Isles, Great Britain, England and Scotland. Answer: A. England, Scotland, Wales and Northern Ireland. The United Kingdom is politically divided into 4 recognised regions: England, Scotland, Wales and Northern Ireland, each with varying degrees of administrative and political autonomy. Question 21. What was the main outcome of the Glorious Revolution? A. The establishment of the British Empire. B. The abolition of the monarchy. C. The constitutional monarchy was established. D. The formal union between England and Scotland. Answer: C. The constitutional monarchy was established. The Glorious Revolution of 1688 led to the overthrow of King James II and the establishment of a constitutional monarchy under William III and Mary II. Question 22. When did the women's suffrage movement achieve its goal of voting rights for women? A. 1918. B. 1928. C. 1945. D. 1965. Answer: B. 1928. Although women over the age of 30 gained the right to vote in 1918, it was not until 1928 that women were granted equal voting rights with men at the age of 21. Question 23. What was the primary focus of the Beveridge Report? A. To outline strategies for post-war economic recovery. B. To propose the establishment of the welfare state. C. To promote higher education. D. To investigate the effects of industrial pollution. Answer: B. To propose the establishment of the welfare state. The Beveridge Report, published in 1942, outlined a plan for a comprehensive welfare system to combat want, disease, ignorance, squalor, and idleness. Question 24. Who discovered penicillin, and why was it significant? A. Alexander Fleming, because it was the first antibiotic. B. Marie Curie, for her research in radioactivity. C. Isaac Newton, for contributing to bacteriology. D. Charles Darwin, for his work on natural selection. Answer: A. Alexander Fleming, because it was the first antibiotic. Alexander Fleming discovered penicillin in 1928, which became the first widely used antibiotic and opened the door to the treatment of previously serious infections. Question 25. Describe the purpose of the Elizabethan Poor Law of 1601. A. To establish a national health system. B. To provide pensions for the elderly. C. To set up a system of support for the poor. D. To regulate the labour market. Answer: C. To set up a system of support for the poor. The Elizabethan Poor Law of 1601 established a system where parishes were responsible for providing relief for the poor, marking the start of a formalised system of welfare. Question 26. What significant treaty recognised the independence of the United States from Britain? A. The Treaty of Paris, 1783. B. The Treaty of Versailles. C. The Treaty of London. D. The Treaty of Madrid. Answer: A. The Treaty of Paris, 1783. The Treaty of Paris in 1783 ended the American Revolutionary War and recognized the independence of the United States. Question 27. Name the battle that ended Napoleon's last bid for power in 1815. A. The Battle of Waterloo. B. The Battle of Trafalgar. C. The Battle of Austerlitz. D. The Battle of Leipzig. Answer: A. The Battle of Waterloo. The Battle of Waterloo in 1815 marked the end of Napoleon Bonaparte's last bid for power and his subsequent exile. Question 28. Which monarch reigned during both World War I and World War II? A. Queen Victoria. B. King Edward VII. C. King George V. D. King George VI. Answer: D. King George VI. King George VI was the British monarch during most of World War II, having ascended to the throne in 1936. Note: this is a correction to the query, as King George V reigned during World War I and George VI during World War II. Question 29. What was the main effect of the Great Reform Act of 1832? A. It abolished slavery throughout the British Empire. B. It granted universal suffrage. C. It reformed the electoral system to increase representation. D. It established the Church of England. Answer: C. It reformed the electoral system to increase representation. The Great Reform Act of 1832 reformed the British electoral system by increasing the electorate and eliminating many rotten boroughs. Question 30. What was the purpose of the Council of Europe, which the UK joined in 1949? A. To manage post-war reconstruction. B. To promote human rights, democracy, and the rule of law in Europe. C. To establish economic treaties between European nations. D. To coordinate military defences in response to the Cold War. Answer: B. To promote human rights, democracy, and the rule of law in Europe. The Council of Europe, which the UK joined in 1949, focuses on promoting human rights, democracy, and the rule of law among its member states. Question 31. When did the UK join the European Economic Community, which later became the European Union? A. 1957. B. 1963. C. 1973. D. 1985. Answer: C. 1973. The UK joined the European Economic Community, later known as the European Union, in 1973. Question 32. What year did the UK vote to leave the European Union in a referendum? A. 2012, B. 2014, C. 2016, D. 2018. Answer: C. 2016. The UK voted to leave the European Union in a referendum held in 2016, known as Brexit. Question 33. Name the landmark Supreme Court ruling on prorogation of Parliament in 2019. A. The Brexit decision. B. The prorogation case. C. The parliamentary sovereignty case. D. The Miller/Sherry case. Answer: D. The Miller/Sherry case. In 2019, the UK Supreme Court ruled in the Miller/Sherry case that the government's prorogation of Parliament was unlawful. Question 34. What is the Windrush generation known for? A. Leading technological innovations in the 1960s. B. Migrating from the Caribbean to the UK in the late 1940s and 1950s. C. Founding the British Labour Party. D. Fighting in the British Army during World War II. Answer: B. Migrating from the Caribbean to the UK in the late 1940s and 1950s. The Windrush generation refers to Caribbean migrants who came to the UK between 1948 and 1971, significantly contributing to post-war reconstruction. Question 35. What event triggered the creation of the United Nations, with Britain as a founding member? A. The end of the Cold War. B. The conclusion of World War II. C. The signing of the Treaty of Versailles. D. The fall of the Berlin Wall. Answer: B. The conclusion of World War II. The United Nations was established after the conclusion of World War II in 1945, with Britain as one of the founding members, aimed at promoting peace and cooperation among nations. Question 36. What was Operation Dynamo during World War II? A. The code name for the D-Day landings. B. The evacuation of British and Allied forces from Dunkirk, France. C. A strategic bombing campaign against Germany. D. The development of radar technology. Answer: B. The evacuation of British and Allied forces from Dunkirk, France. Operation Dynamo, also known as the Miracle of Dunkirk, involved the evacuation of soldiers from the beaches and harbour of Dunkirk between May 26 and June 4, 1940. Question 37. What is the significance of Hadrian's War? A. It marked the boundary of the original Roman Empire in Britain. B. It was built to repel Viking invasions. C. It served as a defensive fortification for the Norman conquest. D. It was a ceremonial monument built by the Tudors. Answer: A. It marked the boundary of the original Roman Empire in Britain. Hadrian's Wall was built by the Romans across what is now northern England in the 2nd century AD, marking the northern limit of their empire. Question 38. Who was the longest-serving monarch of the UK before Queen Elizabeth II? A. Queen Victoria. B. King George III. C. Queen Elizabeth I. D. King Henry VIII. Answer: A. Queen Victoria. Before Queen Elizabeth II, Queen Victoria was the longest-reigning monarch in British history, serving from 1837 to 1901. Question 39. When was decimalisation of the British currency implemented? A. 1965. B. 1971. C. 1981. D. 1990. Answer: B. 1971. Decimalisation of the British currency, which changed the system of pounds, shillings and pence to one based on pounds and pence, took place in 1971. Question 40. What law ended the practice of transportation as a form of criminal punishment? A. The Penal Servitude Act 1853. B. The Abolition of Transportation Act 1837. C. The Penal Reform Act 1948. D. The Transportation Act 1718. Answer: A. The Penal Servitude Act 1853. The Penal Servitude Act of 1853 marked the formal end of transportation as a form of criminal punishment in Britain. Question 41. Name the act that established parliamentary sovereignty over the monarchy. A. The Magna Carta. B. The Bill of Rights 1689. C. The Act of Union 1707. D. The Parliament Act 1911. Answer: B. The Bill of Rights 1689. The Bill of Rights 1689 established the foundation for parliamentary sovereignty over the monarchy, setting limits on the powers of the Crown and establishing the rights of Parliament. Question 42. Who was the Prime Minister during the Falklands War? A. Winston Churchill. B. Margaret Thatcher. C. Tony Blair. D. John Major. Answer: B. Margaret Thatcher. Margaret Thatcher was the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom during the Falklands War in 1982. Question 43. What significant environmental agreement did the UK sign in 1997? A. The Paris Agreement. B. The Kyoto Protocol. C. The Montreal Protocol. D. The Rio Declaration. Answer: B. The Kyoto Protocol. The UK signed the Kyoto Protocol in 1997, which is an international treaty that commits state parties to reduce greenhouse gas emissions. Question 44. What was the main purpose of the Statute of Rhuddlan in 1284? A. To annex Wales to the Crown of England. B. To establish the Bank of England. C. To regulate the wool trade. D. To reform the judicial system. Answer: A. To annex Wales to the Crown of England. The Statute of Rhuddlan in 1284 was issued by King Edward I and effectively annexed Wales to the Crown of England, integrating the legal and administrative systems. Question 45. Describe the cultural impact of the British invasion in the 1960s. A. It marked a period of economic prosperity in Britain. B. It referred to the massive influence of British rock bands in the United States and globally. C. It involved the expansion of the British Empire. D. It was a military campaign during World War II. Answer: B. It referred to the massive influence of British rock bands in the United States and globally. The British invasion describes the period in the 1960s when British rock and pop bands, like the Beatles and the Rolling Stones, became immensely popular in the United States and around the world. Question 46. Who were the main combatants in the Wars of the Roses? A. The House of Lancaster and the House of York. B. The House of Windsor and the House of Stuart. C. England and France. D. The Normans and the Anglo-Saxons. Answer: A. The House of Lancaster and the House of York. The Wars of the Roses were a series of English civil wars fought between the House of Lancaster and the House of York for control of the throne of England. Question 47. What event marked the beginning of the English Civil War? A. The execution of Charles I. B. The signing of the Petition of Right. C. The raising of the King's Standard at Nottingham in 1642. D. The Glorious Revolution. Answer: C. The raising of the King's Standard at Nottingham in 1642. The event that marked the beginning of the English Civil War was when King Charles I raised his standard at Nottingham in 1642, symbolizing the start of the conflict between the Crown and Parliament. Question 48. When and why was the Magna Carta reissued in the 13th century? A. 1215, to introduce the concept of trial by jury. B. 1225, to reaffirm the principles of justice and the rights of individuals. C. 1297, to establish the Parliament of England. D. 1300, to end the Wars of the Roses. Answer: B. 1225, to reaffirm the principles of justice and the rights of individuals. The Magna Carta was reissued in 1225 during the reign of King Henry III to reaffirm its principles and ensure its adoption as statute. Question 49. What was the outcome of the Battle of Britain in 1940? A. It marked a significant defeat for British forces. B. It was a crucial victory that prevented a German invasion. C. It led to British occupation of parts of Germany. D. It resulted in an armistice between Britain and Germany. Answer: B. It was a crucial victory that prevented a German invasion. The Battle of Britain in 1940 was a critical victory for the Royal Air Force and marked a turning point in World War II, preventing Germany from achieving air superiority and invading Britain. Question 50. What was the Iron Curtain speech and who delivered it? A. A speech about post-World War II Soviet expansion in Eastern Europe delivered by Winston Churchill. B. A declaration of Cold War by Joseph Stalin. C. A speech on the division of Berlin delivered by John F. Kennedy. D. An address about the fall of communism delivered by Margaret Thatcher. Answer: A. A speech about post-World War II Soviet expansion in Eastern Europe delivered by Winston Churchill. Winston Churchill delivered the Iron Curtain speech in 1946, highlighting the division of Europe into Western democracies and Eastern communist countries. Question 51. Name the Act that formally integrated Wales into the English legal system. A. The Laws in Wales Acts 1535 to 1542. B. The Act of Union 1707. C. The Wales Act 1998. D. The Devolution Act 1999. Answer: A. The Laws in Wales Acts 1535 to 1542. These acts completed the legal integration of Wales into the English legal system by applying English law to Wales. Question 52. What landmark legislation was introduced as part of the welfare reforms after World War II? A. The National Insurance Act 1946. B. The National Health Service Act 1946. C. The Social Security Act 1948. D. Both A and B. Answer: D. Both A and B. Both the National Insurance Act 1946 and the National Health Service Act 1946 were landmark pieces of legislation introduced as part of the welfare reforms after World War II, establishing a comprehensive social security system and a publicly funded healthcare system, respectively. Question 53. Who is considered the founder of the British Labour Party? A. Clement Attlee. B. Keir Hardie. C. Tony Blair. D. Harold Wilson. Answer: B. Keir Hardie. Keir Hardie is considered one of the founding members of the British Labour Party and its first leader, playing a crucial role in its early development. Question 54. What was the main consequence of the Act of Settlement 1701? A. It established the Church of England. B. It dictated foreign policy. C. It settled trade laws with the colonies. D. It ensured the Protestant succession to the throne. Answer D. It ensured the Protestant succession to the throne. The Act of Settlement 1701 was enacted to ensure that future monarchs of England would be Protestants, securing the Protestant succession. Question 55. Who led the scientific revolution in the UK in the 17th century? A. Sir Isaac Newton. B. Charles Darwin. C. Michael Faraday. D. Stephen Hawking. Answer A. Sir Isaac Newton. Sir Isaac Newton was a key figure in the scientific revolution of the 17th century, making foundational contributions to physics, mathematics, and astronomy. Question 56. Describe the main provisions of the Good Friday Agreement. A. It was a peace agreement that ended the conflict in Northern Ireland. B. It established the European Union. C. It was a trade agreement between the UK and Ireland. D. It created the Commonwealth of Nations. Answer A. It was a peace agreement that ended the conflict in Northern Ireland. The Good Friday Agreement, signed in 1998, was a major peace agreement that helped end decades of conflict in Northern Ireland, known as the Troubles. Question 57. What were the Chartist movement's primary demands? A. The establishment of a monarchy. B. Reforms in the education system. C. Universal male suffrage and reforms to make the political system more democratic. D. The abolition of the armed forces. Answer C. Universal male suffrage and reforms to make the political system more democratic. The Chartist movement, a working-class movement in the 19th century, primarily demanded universal male suffrage and a series of political reforms to make the system more inclusive and democratic. Question 58. Who was the UK's first female Foreign Secretary? A. Margaret Thatcher. B. Margaret Beckett. C. Theresa May. D. Priti Patel. Answer B. Margaret Beckett. Margaret Beckett served as the first female Foreign Secretary of the UK in 2006. Question 59. What significant cultural event was hosted in London in 1951? A. The signing of the Treaty of London. B. The Festival of Britain. C. The coronation of Queen Elizabeth II. D. The Summer Olympics. Answer B. The Festival of Britain. The Festival of Britain in 1951 was hosted in London to promote British industry, arts and science, and to inspire the nation's recovery in the aftermath of World War II. Question 60. What was the main outcome of the Treaty of Union in 1707? A. It created the Commonwealth of Nations. B. It established the United Kingdom of Great Britain. C. It ended the English Civil War. D. It recognized the independence of the American colonies. Answer B. It established the United Kingdom of Great Britain. The Treaty of Union in 1707 unified the Parliaments of England and Scotland, forming the United Kingdom of Great Britain. Question 61. Describe the main stipulations of the Anglo-Irish Treaty of 1921. A. It established Ireland as a fully independent republic. B. It granted independence to Southern Ireland as the Irish Free State. C. It joined Ireland and the UK in a political union. D. It declared war between Ireland and the UK. Answer B. It granted independence to Southern Ireland as the Irish Free State. The Anglo-Irish Treaty of 1921 established the Irish Free State as a dominion within the British Commonwealth, granting it significant autonomy while retaining the British monarch as the head of state. Question 62. What was the primary role of the Magna Carta in shaping modern democracy? A. It introduced the concept of absolute monarchy. B. It established the fundamental principles of justice and legal rights. C. It created the first form of parliamentary government. D. It abolished the feudal system. Answer. B. It established the fundamental principles of justice and legal rights. The Magna Carta, signed in 1215, is considered a foundational text in establishing the principles of justice and legal rights, influencing the development of modern democracies. Question 63. When was the Commonwealth of Nations formally constituted? A. After World War I in 1919. B. After World War II in 1945. C. During the decolonization period in 1961. D. During the establishment of the League of Nations in 1920. Answer. C. During the decolonization period in 1961. The modern Commonwealth of Nations was formally constituted in 1961, reshaping the British Commonwealth into an association of sovereign and independent states, mostly former parts of the British Empire. Question 64. Who was the UK's head of government during the Suez Crisis? A. Winston Churchill. B. Harold Macmillan. C. Anthony Eden. D. Clement Attlee. Answer. C. Anthony Eden. Anthony Eden was the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom during the Suez Crisis in 1956, which was a diplomatic and military confrontation in Egypt involving Egypt, Israel, France, and the United Kingdom. Question 65. What is the primary function of the House of Lords in the UK government? A. To draft and propose new laws. B. To serve as the lower house of Parliament. C. To review legislation passed by the House of Commons. D. To elect the Prime Minister. Answer. C. To review legislation passed by the House of Commons. The House of Lords acts as the upper chamber of the UK Parliament, primarily functioning to review, amend, and debate legislation proposed by the House of Commons. Question 66. Name the report that led to the establishment of the National Health Service, NHS. A. The Smith Report. B. The Beveridge Report. C. The Churchill Report. D. The Brown Report. Answer. B. The Beveridge Report. The Beveridge Report, published in 1942 by William Beveridge, outlined the foundation for the welfare state, including the establishment of the National Health Service, NHS, to provide health care to all citizens. Question 67. What was the purpose of the Contagious Diseases Acts in the 19th century? A. To control the spread of infectious diseases in the general population. B. To address public health concerns in the military and naval ports. C. To establish public health hospitals. D. To mandate vaccinations for all citizens. Answer. B. To address public health concerns in the military and naval ports. The Contagious Diseases Acts were enacted in the 1860s to curb the spread of venereal diseases among the military and naval populations by allowing for the inspection and detention of suspected prostitutes. Question 68. Who were the participants in the Triple Entente during World War I? A. Germany, Austria-Hungary, and Italy. B. France, Russia, and the United Kingdom. C. The United States, Japan, and Italy. D. Austria-Hungary, the Ottoman Empire, and Bulgaria. Answer. B. France, Russia, and the United Kingdom. The Triple Entente was a military alliance formed in the early 20th century between France, Russia, and the United Kingdom, which opposed the Triple Alliance of Germany, Austria-Hungary, and Italy during World War I. Question 69. What led to the formation of the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland? A. The unification of the English and Scottish crowns. B. The Act of Union between Great Britain and Ireland in 1801. C. The independence of the Irish Free State in 1922. D. The Devolution Acts in the late 20th century. Answer: B. The Act of Union between Great Britain and Ireland in 1801. The United Kingdom of Great Britain and Ireland was formed by the Act of Union in 1801, which later became the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland following the establishment of the Irish Free State. Question 70. What event in 2012 marked London's global status and its role on the international stage? A. The signing of the London Treaty. B. Hosting the Summer Olympic Games. C. The Royal Wedding. D. The Queen's Diamond Jubilee. Answer: B. Hosting the Summer Olympic Games. In 2012, London hosted the Summer Olympic Games, a significant event that highlighted the city's global status and drew international attention and visitors.